Well, we got George Soros back in the mix, starting trouble, trying to buy the election and all this bull crap. I don't know if it's, this dude's got to go. George Soros needs to be kicked out of the United States. He needs to get out of our political presidential race. He's got to get out of it. He's just giving people money. He's always doing, just handing them money to vote his way. Him and Bloomberg are buying the election. That's all it is. And if they don't get stopped, that's what's going to happen. These Democrats love it. You far left liberals and you Democrats, you just love George Soros. He hands you money hand over fist, and you like it. Bunch of idiots is all they are. Let's see what Mr. Beck from The Blaze has to say.
Glenn Beck, these documents reveal the left's terrifying game plan to radically change America. They need you to be violent, but we cannot become all that we despise. Blaze TV staff. A group close to George Soros and his allies recently used a written plan from the Transition Integrity Project, preventing a disrupted presidential election and transition, to prepare for several outcomes to November's election. Poll: are you excited about voting in the upcoming presidential election? On the radio show Thursday, Glenn Beck explained each of the 4 scenarios this group wargamed, and they are truly terrifying. In the Game 3 scenario, a clear Trump win, they go all out to obtain power, despite Joe Biden losing in the Electoral College. These documents are readily available to read, download, and save here. You know, I'm tired of the Democrats lecturing that President Trump just has to do the right thing for the country. No. There's times you have to do the right thing for the Constitution, because they all swore to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States, Glenn said. You're not protecting and defending a president, a party, an ideology. You are protecting and defending the Constitution of the United States. This is to change our political system. Glenn went on to share a second document, which you can see here, called Indivisible, a practical guide for resisting the Trump agenda, created by a former progressive congressional staffers who saw the Tea Party beat back President Obama's agenda and encouraged listeners to peacefully fight back against this radical movement, just like the Tea Party did years ago. For anyone who thinks we didn't win in the Tea Party, listen to this, what the Tea Party accomplished. The Tea Party organized to end hope for progressive reform under President Obama. Their members changed votes and defeated legislation. They radically slowed federal policy making. They forced Republicans to reject compromise. They shaped national debate over President Obama's agenda. They paved the way for Republican takeover in 2010 and Donald Trump today. These are real tangible results by a group that was represented only by a small portion of Americans, Glenn read. They are using what we did as their way of organizing for action, he added. But what they don't have is the truth. What they don't have is the love of country. The love of country is what drove all of us. And we stayed disciplined. How many times did they call you violent? How many times did they just poke you and poke you and poke you, and you never responded? We wouldn't be here today if people were violent. They need you to be violent, but we cannot become all that we despise. Watch the video below for more. Want more from Glenn Beck? To enjoy more of Glenn's masterful storytelling, thought-provoking analysis, and uncanny ability to make sense of the chaos, subscribe to Blaze TV, the largest preventing a disrupted presidential election and transition the 8th of March 2020. Read the Transition Integrity Project's full report, The Boston Globe. Will Democrats accept election loss? New report says no. Exclusive video.
There you have it, guys. But the Democrats will not accept a loss in the presidential race. If Trump wins, they won't accept it. They'll try to fight it all the way. Even if Trump gets 4 more years, they're going to attack the whole 4 years like they did these 4 years. But they want violence. They want violence if they lose. And you just read it there. They need you to be violent, but we cannot become all that we despise, whatever that means. But yeah, if you're a Trump supporter, you're a conservative, your voice matters. You need to use it, but it matters. Can't nobody take that away from you. Nobody can take that from you. It's yours. You need to use it. It's time to stand up, stand out, stop standing by on the sideline. Time to get your voice heard. You know, you don't got to go out and be violent and tear stuff down. But you can get on your platforms, social media platforms, every one of them, and voice your concerns. If you don't start standing up, if you're conservative and you're afraid to stand up and let it be known that you're a Trump supporter, I understand. A lot of people are. But you ain't got to go out in the streets and carry on like a wild person. You ain't got to scream out loud and harass people. But you can get on social media and back Trump, get behind Trump, voice your concerns, tell your local government you want this violence to stop. You're tired of your cities being tore up, burnt down. You're tired of people getting hurt. I mean, that's your voice. You're allowed to have that, and you're allowed to speak it. But the thing is, if you don't speak up for your concerns, if you don't speak up for what you believe, if you don't let your voice ring out, you're not going to be able to, you're never going to do, America's never going to have what Trump's trying to offer if you don't speak up. You see how these people on the left are speaking up, don't you? They're out there burning down houses, businesses, destroying towns, just burning them to the ground. And they think that's getting the word out. That's just driving people over to Trump. And that's the truth. And Trump's called for all this violence to stop.
Stop it.
And I don't know, guys. You just have to do something. Trump's trying his heart out. He's against all this violence. He wants it to end. But these states are stopping him from coming in, bring in the federal troops to stop this. He could have it stopped in a matter of minutes. He'd have his people round up in jail, all this violence stopped. But the thing is, these government officials in these cities, these governors and mayors, are keeping him out. It's up to the people that live in these communities, cities, neighborhoods, suburban areas. You need to tell your governor and your mayors You want this to stop. You want the violence to stop. You want BLM out of your town. You want Antifa and their snowflake followers out of your town. You're fed up. You're done. And this can't go on anymore. If you would tell your elected officials that, if they had enough of you out there, and I know there is, to call your mayor, call your governor, and tell them you're fed up, this would stop. It's up to you. It's in your hands. They work for you. Your mayor and your governor work for you. If you flood their phones, flood their media platforms, social media platforms, just flood it. Tell them you're fed up, you're done, you want it to stop, you want Trump to send in help to get rid of these racist, anarchist, Nazi, fascist gangs. You want them out of your town, out of your cities, out of your life. You don't owe them nothing. You don't owe BLM no money. Don't let them fool you. You were never a slave owner. They were never slaves. So they need to get over themselves. Stop asking for handouts and want everything handed to them. Get over themselves. If they want to be a Marxist country, go find an island somewhere and be a Marxist country. Leave the United States alone. We don't want your crap. This has all got to stop. All
Stop
of it.
it.
It's got to go. We can't do this anymore. It's time to take your stand. It's time now for the silent majority to stand up, stand out, speak your voice loud. Let it be heard. The time is now, guys. We can't keep doing this. It's got to go. Got to go now. And don't listen to the fake news. They're lying to you. CNN's feeding you full of crap. They are so much full of crap. They think, Joe Biden thinks Antifa's an idea. What kind of an idea burns down businesses and homes? It's not an idea. It's an organization. It's a terrorist organization. And if we back Trump in that, he'll get it designated as a terrorist organization and have him arrested on terror charges. But Trump needs your voice. Man, I feel sorry for President Trump. He's got all you out there backing him in these crowds. I see you out there on when he does his rally, 30, 40,000 people at a time. You're the ones that need to stand up, speak out on social media, call your local government, call your local mayor, tell them you want this violence out of your community. There's 35, 40,000 of you. You need to start speaking up. You go to his rallies, you cheer it on, but you ain't saying nothing. You're keeping quiet outside of the rally. You need to stand up and stand out. Get on social media. Voice your concerns. Tell them you want to stop. You're sick of it. Call your mayor's and governor's office. Flood those phones. Keep calling until something's done. You got to do something, man. This ain't never going to end. It's in your hands, folks. You silent majority. This is all in your hands now. Trump's done about all he can do. He's trying to get in there to stop it, but he needs you to call your local officials, your governor, your Democratic governors, your Democratic mayors, and you need to call them, tell them you want it to end, or they won't be in office very much longer. And when their term's up, get them out of office. Don't vote these people back in year after year. Get them out of there. They have no right to be in there. Your local police departments, your sheriff, your local city, all these police need your support. Your silent majority, they need your support. They want to stop it, but their hands are tied. Because they need your support. They need your voice. You're the silent majority. You need to stand out. Let that voice ring. These people really, really need to stop. These violent BLM and Antifa and their snowflake followers need to stop. They need to go lay down somewhere and take it easy. They need to take a chill pill. They need to look how good they have it in the United States. If you'd send all these Black Lives Matter and Antifa and snowflakes to another country like Iran, Iraq, somewhere in Africa, all those African nations, send them over there and see how well they like it. I bet you they come back over here or they be begging to come back. Oh, we'll follow your laws. Yes, yes, yes. Just let us back. I wouldn't let them back in, but, you know, it is what it is. Kick their asses out. They're trying to overthrow a duly elected president, and they're not going to. Trump's got all these silent majorities that's backing him. But where are you? You got to speak up. You're being too silent. It's time now. It's time now. Today is the day that you need to speak up for President Trump. Trump is your president. Trump 2020. Yeah.